The to-do list and further tools from the video Productivity for Your Health are only the basics, and while I most certainly found a great improvement in the running of my life by using these tools, I kept bumping my head on a few issues, such as procrastination. I kept putting certain things off. Then lack of responsibility. I was not taking responsibility for certain things. Then I was not able to measure my productivity, therefore did not know if I was helping myself in areas or not. I still seemed to be going about my day a bit aimless. I was slowing and sometimes stopping myself due to thinking negatively. I was struggling to keep myself motivated. I was suffering from being programmed by the media, education, and my upbringing. I had a paradigm problem. What was the solution? So to combat these newly found challenges or issues, I then researched, tested, and implemented the following: procrastination, responsibility, measuring production, negative thinking, reprogramming yourself after being indoctrinated by the media, amongst other things. I then ended up with a further video series to fill these holes. What we have now is a few videos that are very basic and then a follow-on of a few more to complete the study. These are shown in diagrams in the next few slides. So in this video that you're watching now, it's the core videos to introduce you to this technology. So the story so far introduces you to running your life using a management system. Then productivity and your health explains to-do lists and planning your daily activities. Then productivity 2 goes deeper, showing you how being productive by using projects, targets, tasks, and getting your product. Then the laws that I live by gives you the rules that drive you daily and keep you successful and productive. Next up, the problem-solving videos. Here's the additional videos to solve potential challenges. Measuring productivity, responsibility, procrastination, positive and negative thoughts, conditions or states, and deprogramming and reprogramming you. So measuring productivity. This shows you how to measure your performance and how to graph it out. It is a sure way to detect irregularities so that you can correct them. It is literally creating a dashboard for you to use. Responsibility. How to be responsible and why you need to be responsible. Procrastination. What is procrastination and how to deal with it? Positive and negative thoughts. How to handle positive and negative thoughts. More importantly, how to confront your negative thoughts. Conditions or states. What are conditions and states, and how can they help? And finally, deprogramming and reprogramming you. The need to reprogram your thinking. So take the time to watch these on this channel. There will be a playlist for both basics and extra challenge solving videos. Expansion and contraction. Expansion. When you are successfully running your life, using to-do lists, tasks, targets, and projects correctly to ensure that you are getting things done, then you will be expanding your life. When you get things done, you feel good because you are being successful and feel good from that experience. In other words, you will get a sense of accomplishment. This then is expanding you and your world. Contraction. On the contrary, when you're not running with to-do lists, tasks, targets, and projects, then you are not managing yourself. Then you will not get things done. You will not feel good. You will be inward and introverted. No dopamine will be around you to make you feel good, and you cannot feel good mentally as you have no targets, no goals, no purpose, and therefore no productivity. This means that you will be contracting. So the choice is yours. There are actually three possibilities to choose from. Let us discuss A, B, and C. A. You carry on as you are, and depending upon your system, if you have a system that is, helping you to expand, then you may be okay. That is up to you to decide. Only you know what you have going for you, and only you will know if you are measuring your progress or keeping it in check somehow. B. Carry on not managing your life or daily tasks, and you will have to contract. It is then a no-brainer, because if you don't expand or increase in some way, then you will either stay the same or decrease. Please note that staying the same, as in a flat line on the graph, is not expanding, and in fact, it is non-survival. This is due to the nature of this universe, because something will hit you while you are staying the same, and it knocks you down, makes you contract. C. Take on a management system that gets you to manage your life and run tasks, targets, and projects from a to-do list. Use conditions and states, and then you will only expand. There is no other option. Point C is the winning formula. Expansion is when you increase in size. Your life gets better and you expand and have more space. Contraction is when you decrease in size. Your life gets worse, you contract and have less space. I chose to use a system that made me expand because it keeps me on the go and keeps me successful and productive. I previously knew all the knowledge of these tools, but never applied them. My life was okay, but very sporadic. I would do okay for a few weeks and then slump again. This was simply because I never used a system to keep me going. I have never looked back because I enjoy being motivated, being productive, and being successful. One final note. All things seem impossible before you start them, and this really is the way that many people see things as impossible. It makes sense because the item or target is so far away. I now know from lots of experience that is not the case. It is with the to-do list and its gradient scale that chips away consistently towards your aimed target. You just need to set it up and literally get the ball rolling. Once this has been set up, then it is just a question of time and consistency before we see results and eventually the completed cycle. Just trial by using a to-do list for a few days on a project. The result is obvious. People that run with the technology will have at the very least a started project, or at best a completed cycle. Whereas people that never run with the tech will moan about the hardships of life. So it is your choice. So either you start now by implementing the system and following the video series to grow into using these tools, or at least you now know where to come and get this data. Like anything in life, you will need some time to view them, read up on them, and then start to apply them. It is best that you test these out and therefore work with one at a time, because then you can check if you are doing it correctly, and then you can see if they work for you. Use this channel's playlists so as to follow a set sequence in viewing the required videos. You can just view them several times until you get the proper understanding of how to use the system and how to implement it. One other point, I never implemented this technology all at once. I literally played with one part at a time. I took the to-do list and worked with that for a while. I then got more adventurous and implemented targets, then a few days later projects. I did this with each of these tools. I watched and read up about them and slowly brought them together into one system. In other words, I used a gradient to do a bit more each day. Rome was not built in a day, and this technology will not be either. Summary: you've just been introduced to a system, a technology that allows you to plan your activities and manage them accordingly. You get to structure your life and daily tasks so that you are focused on targets, goals, and projects. You then follow out your plan, and the system will guide you to accomplish what you have set out to do. If you educate yourself on this system and implement it, apply it, then your results will be success in life. It does not get clearer than that. You do, however, need to want to improve yourself and your life. In other words, you do need to be on board and committed to make it a success. For those of you that want to use this system, welcome aboard. For a sequence of videos to watch, go to this channel's playlist. After this video, which is the story so far, you should then go to productivity and your health. If you found this content useful, then take a look at the other videos on this channel. We are here to assist you in getting your life in order or back in order. I wish you great success in life, no matter what your choices are. Power to you from Lots of Healing.